So I was out to dinner with my son last night. We got to talking about skills and leverage and learning things in YouTube and just kind of the world that we live in today, how easy it is to go out and acquire and add skills. And we got to talking about leverage. And don't know that I explained it that well, but it got me thinking. So I wanted to make a video for him and just share it with anybody else, maybe if it will help. But what you have is I have just an ability, or I can kind of just, right, of myself, I can lift a certain amount of weight, or I can do a certain number of things. As I apply technology, skills, really you apply leverage, you can do more, right? When I was a little kid, I had to get on my bike and ride to my friend's house to find out if they wanted to go outside and play. Well, now I've got leverage in a cell phone that I can pick them up and call. So I don't need to do the same amount of effort to get the same result. So what you have as far as leverage is you have a couple of things. You have your lever, and really that is your skill set, or the things that are at your disposal, right? A hammer versus pounding a nail with your hand. So the lever are the things that you have. The fulcrum, or the pivot, is what it turns on. And you can think of that as your opportunity, the vehicle, the problem that you're trying to solve. The bigger the problem, the greater the pivot, or the greater the return that you get out the other end. Then you've got effort or force, so what's applied to that. And then you've got the load, or what you're trying to lift. And the example that I used last night was a lawn mowing company. Right, you've got a 15-year-old kid that goes out and his neighbor's grass his lawn, walks over there and says, "Would you like me to mow your lawn for 20 bucks?" It's a 1-to-1 ratio. You put in the effort. The lever's really short. The problem you're trying to solve, pretty much anybody can mow a lawn, is really small. You put in an hour of effort, you get 20 bucks, off you go. Now you take your skill set. The problem's still the same. You take your skill set, and it's still not worth more than 20 bucks for a lawn to be mowed. You now take the problem. You had sales and marketing, right? You'd find 5 lawns that need to be mowed, and you go out and you sell 4 of your buddies to mow the lawns for 15 bucks. So you've added sales and marketing. Now you go out here and you mow 5 lawns. You do your one, you make your 20 bucks for your 1-to-1 ratio, for your time, for your effort. And then you pick up another $20, 5 off of each lawn that your friends made. So you've taken your lever, your skills got bigger, you added sales and marketing. The pivot still stayed the same, your force stayed the same. However, what you get back in return, the load or the amount you were able to lift, increased. Now you start getting fancy and you say, oh, that was pretty easy. I'm going to go in and add some more marketing here. And I also realized that when my friends were doing it, it was hard to get paid. So I'm going to add a little bit of accounting to it. So I've added a skill. So here I'm now advertising on Nextdoor app, Facebook, wherever. And I now am up to where I'm doing 25 lawns or 100 lawns. I've created a Venmo account, Zelle, all those things for people to easily pay. We've created a schedule, a calendar, so they can go out there and get mowed. And I'm now doing 100 loans a week. My effort didn't go up significantly, and I'm actually no longer out pushing a lawnmower anymore. I'm just managing the other people. But I went from 20 bucks, let's say, to $40. Let's say I'm now making $1,000 a week doing this lawnmower system. And as your skills improve, now let's say you add in you now decide you want to build out a website and an app builder and those kind of things. And you can see here that your skill set got way greater. And the problem that you're trying to solve now, you realized before that it was really hard and you had some obstacles to overcome. It would rain and your schedule would get backed up, and people didn't want their lawn mowed on Tuesday because they had something going on. So what you did is you went out and you created an app. And what the app is it's called MowMe. And all you do, you go on MowMe. It's almost like picking out an Uber. You need your app, your lawn mowed right now. You go in, you select lawn mow, you put in the size. It pulls down from Google the size of your yard. It gives you a quote back, $74. Yep, I want to do it. Book lawn mow. Out it goes. It goes to your network now. That's no longer your 10 buddies, but it's now 200 people with lawnmowers that are just sitting with their MowMe app. Oh, there's one right over there. Yeah, I'll pick up that job like an Uber. And off they go. And this is now happening. You're mowing thousands of lawns, and it's all happening through an app. The billing happens through the app. The people are paid out through an app. They're receiving 1099s through an app. This thing is now, it went from you and your neighbor to you and a couple of buddies to your city. It now went from your county, state. It's now national. You are now mowing millions of lawns across the country. No longer is there a contract. It's click button, mow lawn. And you went from being in 20 bucks to, I don't even know what this would be worth. It could even exist. I don't know. But the whole thing here, every one of us have the ability right now to increase the length of our lever. You get to choose where you spend your time. You can spend it watching YouTube videos all night long about, doing a bottle flip or whatever, or you can watch it on how do I set up, how do I create this, how do I build that, how do I make the next thing. So your lever can always get longer. The world is full of problems that require fixing. And you find a problem that actually needs fixing, and you can get a relatively steep fulcrum, right? A pretty big problem that needs fixing. As you fix that, your return is going to be greater. And remember too here, like often the size of the pivot, if you work at a company where they're max, right? A lot of companies have this max, this job role pays X. It doesn't matter how long your lever is. They'll just keep manipulating the size of this to keep you at the same spot. So again, if you want to maximize things, you're going to need to acquire the skills to run your own company if you really want to maximize the load you can push. Effort and force, you are 100% in control of this. There is nothing preventing you from working. Even in this model, you could mow lawns 24 hours a day. I don't know how many days you could do it before you die, but you can do it a lot more than you think. So effort is something you control. And then the load is, right, it's the combination of all these things. So I just wanted to share this video with you. This is leverage in a nutshell, starting from a 15-year-old kid to a billionaire, how you can apply it with something as simple as mowing lawns. It doesn't have to be complex. So I wanted to share that. Anything, questions, concerns, let me know. Hopefully this was helpful, and you will go out and start acquiring a longer lever right now today. Set aside time. It matters.